Hello and welcome back to This Knitty Life. This is episode 24 and today is February the 6th, 2021. My name is Rachel. You will find me on Instagram as this_knitty_life and I am Reward on Ravelry, so you can follow me over there should you want to see my little knitty adventures. I live in Leeds, West Yorkshire with my husband and my little kids. Martha and Theo. We are currently in lockdown number 3, which is why it's been so long since I've recorded. So I believe the last time I recorded was Christmas Eve, right? Yeah, so hope everyone had a nice Christmas. It was great, wasn't it? And New Year, and I hope this year's treating you okay. This is apparently my assistant Pepsi Max. We've had a bit of a setup change in terms of my work, so I've got my work desk here. It was full of monitors. We've had endless internet problems. Yeah, we've had a lot of internet problems. Anyway, I'm going to kick off the show because my whole entire family is in the living room. I've just had to pause the dishwasher. It's nearly 6 o'clock at night, and my husband is trying to keep the kids quiet in the living room, so we'll see. So I have an FO today. So this is my love note. So this is a tin can knits pattern. This is my 100 millionth love note. I think it's maybe about my 5th or 6th. This yarn is Raven Red by Beth at Beehive Yarns. It is ridiculously cute. I did a high-low hem, so it's a bit longer at the back. It's very generous on ease. So, like in theory, it could be like that, but it is not. So I've just got it over a dress as ever, because who wears jeans anymore? But yeah, it's pretty darn gorgeous. Yes, so this is my first wearing today. I'm gonna move that because it's a bit distracting. I'll have a little sip as I go. This is my first wearing today. I wear my Jade Palace one, which is also Beehive, all the time. That's like my minty green one. I wear it all the time. I think I brought my other yarn to show you what I want to do it next in. So, oh no, I've just remembered I've left something upstairs. So the reason I've not podcasted is because we are in lockdown here in the UK again, as of, can't remember where it was, beginning of January. So the kids have been at home. We have been doing the ridiculous homeschool working thing. It's been challenging. Yeah, we're certainly not in the worst position that people are in. We both still have jobs, we're both still getting paid, but oh my goodness, is it hard. Yeah, there's just like literally no minutes of the day when you're without them, from like the moment you wake up until you go to bed, because lockdown has also broken our bedtime routine. So I've had a couple of windows to podcast, if I'm perfectly honest, but you've got to kind of really be in the mood for it. So normally if I get some child free time, it's normally me rocking in a silent room, and like I just need to go and read my book. Please can I just go for half an hour and sit and recoup for a little bit. So it's not really like, let's get your full face on, make sure your nails are on, have you got all your projects with you. So it's definitely been tricky to fit in. Obviously I only work part-time. So obviously I only work part-time, but obviously those days I'm a teacher now. So ask me about Christopher Columbus, because apparently I know all about that now. I don't. We've been learning about conjunctions this year. So Martha is in year 2, so she's nearly 7.5, and Theo is in reception. So yeah, it's a juggle, and my support goes out to those people struggling also. So yes, I have also finished my Advent. I got the fabulous Spectrum yarn, Spectrum Fibre, that's it, Spectrum Fibre Advent. I had it on yesterday. I was going to podcast yesterday. The day ran away with me completely. It's more everywhere. I ended up having an eye test yesterday. Turns out I went to the wrong place, and I was there on the wrong month, no less. So my eyes have definitely got worse since I'm doing so much laptop work at home. It's much smaller. Is Carly messaging me? Someone's looking grown up apparently. We'll see who that is. Yeah, so I've got to get glasses, so that was really, really pricey. And then I had to come home and take over homeschooling while Rob went on some meetings and calls and stuff like that. And then, yeah, it was just a bit kerfuffly. But I'm here now, and I've got a lot of acquisitions to show you. I can't remember what I showed you, what I haven't showed you, but basically pretty much everything I'm showing you is new, so you know, whatever. I've worked a little bit here and there on some things. My Mon Manet, it's the mild one, with Kate Celine. I've cast the body of that off. Can't remember where I was when I last showed you, but I cast the body off and I started the sleeve. I've been working on my party top sweater, which is in the Spectrum fibre. That's the minty coloured one with the pink cuffs. I've been working down the sleeve of that, but literally like this much, so I didn't bother bringing them. So something, if we're just going to kick off with whips, is this one. Again, this didn't get finished for Christmas. It's kind of been, it's not been abandoned. It's not massively far off. Okay, so this is my Dear sweater. And this was actually my test knit. But look, ta-da, it's got a sleeve. A full sleeve. A full long sleeve. And now it needs another sleeve. So this red is Poison Apple by Castleview Yarns. Oh look, I've even got a needle in it. How organised of me. So in theory I just need to do it, don't I? Terrible. This is where all my needles are. So this is also Castleview, this green, I think. Can't remember what the greys are, but yeah, that just needs a sleeve, and that's my Dear sweater, and that is in DK from Castleview Yarns, and it's Poison Apple. So that's just hanging out in my Christmas bag. And I think I had 3 skeins, and I've got nearly a whole skein left, and then this. So there will be some left, which is nice. Ooh. This table is very full. Let's put those over there, shall we? It's not too distracting, is it? Right, so that's that one. Oh yeah, just a couple of older whips, I guess. I found this morning. Oh, I have been looking for it. This is my You Can Sit With Us sock. This sock is self-striping. This is by Needle and Thread. Is she called Hannah? I think she might be called Hannah. But yeah, it's got a fish lips kiss heel, and I just need the toe on that, and then I could start the next one. This was just a 50 gram. It's got a bit of a saggy ball there. Lol. Yes, this just needs the toe on, and then it's done. And I probably should have done that before a podcast, but then I would never podcast. I am missing the hairdressers, in case you're wondering. It is getting long again. But we're managing. First world problems here. It's okay. Yeah, so I did that sock, and I just found this on the floor because this is where everything just kind of hangs out in here. So I've shown you the photo. This is Stripy Cat Yarns. I've shown you that before. I know that. Oh yeah, and I think I've probably not touched this actually. I'm sure I showed you this last time because one looked really wide compared to the other. Remember? So I don't know whether that needs taken back or what. I guess I should probably try them both on. But yeah, this is Stripy Cat yarn, and I know it's a flamingo based colour. Yeah, it came with a super cute mini, and got plenty of that left, and it's still in a Christmas bag. I normally use my Christmas bags. Jane got me this one for Christmas, not last year, the year before, and my friend Jen got me this from Lena Boo shop. This is a Thimble and Thread bag. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a Jibby-Roo bag from Jibby-Roo on Etsy. That's a big one. This one again is Thimble and Thread, my friend Tracy. And there's a badge on there that says no such thing as too much yarn. I think I got that at Knitting Goddess. I've had this one for ages. I got it off Tracy years ago. I bought it off Tracy. Sorry, that's that badge. It reminded me of one of Theo's baby grows that was black, white and neon yellow. So whenever I see it, it always reminds me of him and that little baby time that we used to have. Oh, a fun present I got for Christmas is this giant bottle. I'm using a straw because I've got a lippy on. It's already... It chases me and hounds me throughout the day if I've not had enough. It is apple based. It's called a hydrate bottle. Basically, you set a goal of what you want to drink a day and it'll flash up and it bings on your phone and your watch if you're behind. And I'm always behind. But it does like funny little things like, I don't know, funny little quotes and stuff when it's chasing you. Right, so I think they're the things you've already seen. What's the new? This one, I'll show you first. This is kind of acquisitions as well. This bag is scrummy. This is made by Elephas. They've not got, sounds like elephants, but it's Elephas. They've not got a tag on to show you, and I've not got a card with me. Basically, I got a little, technically a cosmetic bag. Oh, I don't need you, Siri. This has got all of my cables in and stuff. Look at that. I'm really not one for leopard print, animal print at all, but I thought this was crazy and fun. It's got a gorgeous leafy do-for-on. So this is made, so think of elephants, but then think, Siri man, Elephas. So this is a gorgeous shop on Etsy. So this is a matching, slightly different colour on the inside. So yeah, I think I treated myself to this just before Christmas. I've maybe already showed you it, who knows. It's like a fun surprise. So I've got a shawl in here, which I started with great enthusiasm, I have to say. And I've kind of stalled on, and now I'm kind of wondering how I want to go forward. So I'll show you. It's very pretty, and I do like it a lot. But it is a Stephen West, and Stephen West is known for these long rows. So this is the, I wrote it down because I couldn't remember, Winter Light Shawl. So this was part of his hibernating knit along over Christmas. So this grey is Beehive Yarns. Nope. Bird Street Yarns. So they've merged from Bird Street UK, which is what Claire's bag shop was, and Mr. B's Yarns. So now they're Bird Street Yarns. Yeah. Clear as mud that, wasn't it? Sorry. Yeah. But that's what it is. And the greeny blue is this gorgeous one from my friend Bryony at Spectrum Fibre. Speaking of Mr. B's, they have Flock next weekend. So Flock was a little, not necessarily a yarn show, but like a smaller version of a yarn show. They're in like Bristol type area, miles away basically. And obviously because of the pandemic, they've not been able to do it. But next weekend, I believe it's what, 13th, 14th? I think on the 13th, they've got a select amount of vendors. So maybe, I know that Lay Family Yarns is there, and I know that, and I say there, virtually. I know that Lay Family Yarns is there, and I know that Nora George is there. I'm sure Pixie Yarns is there too. Anyway, but they've got a certain amount of people, and then they have a Zoom in the evening. So they, rightfully so, give up the places to the normal flockers, as they call them, and then they put a shout out if anyone else wanted to join. Then you had to email them. So have I emailed them? Not heard back yet, but I've emailed them, so I'm hoping to get on that. So that's next Saturday night. I don't know if they know that it's going a week before payday, and it's really bad timing for me. You will see why in a minute. But yeah, this is gorgeous. So I've got a picture of it. So it's super nice. So it's the Winter Light Shawl. So I'm obviously just up here, and then the next bit is almost I think it's like the painting bricks thing, like a bit honeycomby. And then there's some and then there's some bubbles, and then there's some lacy scallopy bit. So basically, someone said that it was kind of the size of an exploration station, and I love my exploration station. I've got three with one only in Garter, and I love that for the size. Now I'm working from home. I've been working from home for ages, man, but it's cold. Basically, it's cold. So I have been wearing shawls more than normal. I did get a new winter coat, and it's massive. It like comes up here, so you don't really need anything, and I'm not really going anywhere anyway. So basically I'd wear that for the school run. but you know, we don't do that anymore. And we don't really go anywhere anymore either, so oh, I'm so over it. I can't even tell you. Can't remember when I last saw my sisters or my family. They live in the northeast, if you can't tell. Well, you can't tell, you don't know that. I'm from the northeast, they live in the northeast, and I'm in Leeds, so it's just over an hour to where they live, but because we're in lockdown, it's too far to travel, so they've not seen my kids or me. I realise I'm a bit irrelevant these days now I've got the kids, but yeah, so I've not seen them. It was my birthday in December, so yeah, everything's a bit rubbish, isn't it? But yeah, these are super gorgeous. I am really enjoying it, but then I kind of this is Oh Charming Designs, I think, this gorgeous little one. But then I kind of had a bit of a shout out on Instagram recently, a few days ago, to ask for shawl patterns that didn't have crazy long rows. So basically, if you know of the Hitchhiker, which is, I can't think what she's called, Marine something, I can't remember. The Hitchhiker shawl, that was one of the first things I knit actually, and it's really wearable. It's kind of a long and thin, it's not a shawl, it's more like a nice scarf without it being a boring scarf, but the rows only ever get like this long, and it's got like two toothy things. Martina Bam, that's it, I knew it was an M. Martina Bam. I really like that. So I asked on Instagram, has anyone got any pattern ideas? And lots of people suggested lots of things. So I have actually earmarked those on my highlights on Instagram. So if you go on my profile, there's a highlight, and I think I started it called Pattern Suggest, and they're in our room. So pattern suggestions are on there because loads of people mentioned loads. I did actually, some bathroom. I did actually buy a couple of them. So I'll show you. I've bought quite a lot of patterns lately. But basically, this has got so many long rows. That I'm really liking it, and I'm really liking how it's working up. But also I've got a painting bricks as well, which is a Stephen West, and I've kind of stalled out on that. I'm much further along than this though. I've kind of stalled on it because the rows have got so long, so I don't know what to do with this one. This is a 3.5mm, so I'm having a little think about that one, as to what I want to do with it. So again, that's made by Eliphas, and she's over on Etsy. She's just started to do some bigger ones as well, like bigger than this. She was asking my opinion on sizes and stuff, and I said that basically this is a great size. I think you can see height wise, this is a great size, I think, for a shawl, and for like a kid's knit, like a kid sized something. I don't know, you'd probably be pushing it to get a garment in there, if I'm honest, depending on what weight it is and how big it is. Like, I don't think, a love note doesn't take much because it's so squishy, as opposed to like a full-on colour work and you need loads of extra skeins, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, this is perfect. Love this size. I've got two of them. I've got this one, I've got another one from her as well. Can't remember what's on it. I think it was just kicking about. Can't think what's on it, but oh, the chilies? No. Anyway, I've got another one from her as well, and it's gorgeous. So all my cables are currently in here because it was just getting a bit ridiculous. So yeah, so they're just hanging out in there. So another new cast on. So actually I'll do an acquisition and cast on. So I got this for Christmas. So this is, there's definitely a thing in it. Anyway, I'll show you. This gorgeous project bag. Oh, there you go, it's in the front. It's really big, doesn't actually say the name. It's So Yarnalicious. So I chatted to her quite a little bit on Instagram actually. She was on the Yorkshire Yarn Fest show last weekend with her gorgeous bag. So I think this is a medium bag. So it's really big. It's a drawstringy one. It's got a handle on. There is there's pockets on the inside. I don't know if I tend to use pockets, to be perfectly honest. But and it's got a ring doofer if you want stitch markers on and stuff. But I got this for Christmas off my mother-in-law. I did buy it, and then she gave me money back. But I got this and because we couldn't really see anyone on Christmas Day, so we hung out in Leeds, which we've never done before. Rob made a cracking Christmas dinner. It was really nice. And actually we're having a Christmas dinner tomorrow, because I said, like, why don't we have a Christmas dinner tomorrow? And he's like, do you know how long that took? And he said it took 3 hours, and I don't remember it taking that long. Admittedly, I didn't really do anything. But anyway, on Christmas Day, we did call round and see Rob's parents. We didn't go in. You were allowed to bubble with another family on Christmas Day, but we kind of basically decided not to. So we saw them in the garden. It was cold. It was really cold. We'd gone for a scoot because Theo got a scooter from Santa. So we'd gone for a scoot earlier in the day. It was so cold. It was like unbelievably cold. But somehow it ended up being warmer, kind of like 4ish. So we went round there and kind of, they stood inside and we stood on the outside of the patio and opened presents outside in the garden. So it was literally a Christmas like no other. But this was amazing to get. I played a game where Rob had the really into games, Rob's side of the family. My family are not. Basically it was like you wear a hairband and it was like a stag, so it was, you know, like this. And you had to throw hoops, so it was a nice distant game. Any excuse for a game. I normally just watched, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, so Rob had antlers on and they were throwing rings at him. So yeah, but the kids took their scooters and they just scooted around their back garden because it's all quite patioed, and we just tried not to freeze. So yeah, so this is a gorgeous bag, and I'll show you what's inside, shall I? So as you well know, we have also, I say we, I'm not American, nor do I live in America, but the election was recent, and now Biden is in the House. And you will know that the Bernie Sanders pattern and the Bernie Sanders image has kind of gone viral about Bernie Sanders sat there like this, basically keeping warm because they're in Washington in January and he's not a spring chicken, is he? Yeah, so the pattern kind of went viral that he had on. He had some mittens on which were knit by a local teacher, I believe. And I believe it was all kind of, all the yarn was, I want to say made out of recycled bottles. It was definitely all recycled. Like my kids' Froogie coats are all recycled bottles. I'm not quite sure how, but they are. So the pattern kind of went viral with all the knitters because he had these epic gloves on. So lots of patterns have come out. And this one was from Caitlin Hunter. So I did actually jump on this. I know people are very opinionated about it, but you know. So basically it is a take on the, what's it called? The one I've knit loads of. I've lost the name out of my head. Basically, it's a version of one of the patterns she's already got, but with a different thing in it. I can't remember what it's called. It's totally gone out of my head, and I've got a few of them. So this, I've had this colour palette in mind for a while actually. So I have, what have I got here? This is Koala Haircut from Rainbow Heirloom. Can't remember. That's also Rainbow Heirloom. I also got Rainbow Heirloom vouchers for Christmas, which I'm very excited about. I still not spent them, which is most unlike me. She had a shop update last weekend actually, and I want something quite big. So I think I'll need to wait till payday to pay for the other half. The black that's in there, dark grey, is Cemetery Gate, and that's a beehive one. This gorgeous, boom, pinky coral is called, look at that, Bryony's Nails, and this is a spectrum fibre. There's no speckles at all. Bryony doesn't just do speckles. So that, oh, look how much more in focus it is when it's in front of my face. Yeah, so that's gorgeous. And this is a Beehive Yarns one that I got at the first and only Yorkshire Yarn Fest in real life. So that's coming along swimmingly. Yeah, I'll show you, shall I? Will you stay on the needles if I try this? I'll just try it off my head, it's fine. Where's the back? Again, didn't do as many short rows because Soldotner, that's what it's called, Soldotner. And having made them before, I know that she's quite generous with her short rows. So, don't fall off, don't fall off. This is how it's looking. So I am actually nearly finished the colour work. I did mess up the colour work actually. I'm missing a point, so it's supposed to be like a, it's not called claw tooth, something tooth, isn't it? Dog tooth? Basically, it's missing a point, but never mind. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of an extra repeat to fiddle with it. So I'm not quite ready to split the sleeves because it doesn't get over the chest area yet, but not massively far off. And then that is quite a plain body, and then another thingamajiggy at the bottom. But I've been really enjoying that, and I did loads. Oh. I did loads in one night. Let's just come off a couple of stitches there. I did absolutely tons in one night, and everyone's like, you're so fast. But do you know what? If I'm honest, I am quite fast when I actually do knit and I do focus on it. But I don't know if anyone else is the same. Surely you are. I can't put my phone down. I literally can't. I don't even notice I'm doing it. I don't know what I think I'm missing. And obviously, because Instagram, school message, because Instagram updates obviously so often, I don't quite know what I feel like I'm missing out on. But I'm just on my phone all of the time. And it's maddening and it annoys me, and I get annoyed that I'm doing it, and I know I'm doing it. And even though I'm reading, I'm like, oh, I'll just look. Like, who needs me? Who needed me in that 2 minutes? So this night in particular, I got an absolute ton done. I got loads and loads done. Like, I was fairly, pattern's apparently not in here. I did a lot. I'm sure I did like literally all the way up here till about here. So this much in like one evening. And I say an evening, Martha never goes to bed anymore. They all be going to bed soon, so I need to hurry up. Yeah, so it's probably like a good few hours. Like, I'm gonna say like, I don't know, 7 till 11ish or something. Actually, I even think I stayed up longer. You know, so a good while. But this night in particular, I got loads done because I'd put my phone down. I tried to like charge it on the other side of the room, but the problem I have is often that my pattern is on my phone. I do print it out. I do have a printer. I've mentioned my amazing wireless Wi-Fi printer before. I do wax lyrical about that. But yeah, it's just I find it really annoying that I can't do it, and it's my own fault, and I know I'm doing it. I could charge my phone on the side of the room. My messages would still come on my watch should anyone need me. It's normally just Carly, and normally she's fallen asleep. Yeah, but I think I definitely I know more when I'm feeling more anxious, in terms of anxiety as opposed to normal anxious. You know, I definitely use. Carly's told me a lot of this stuff. I definitely use my phone as a coping mechanism. And I found myself doing that, dare I say, at work when I'm sat at my desk and I'm just getting myself overwhelmed. I'm just like, oh, well, I'll go and look on here, I'll go and look on here, and I should be working. But it's a soothing thing, is what Carly's told me. Same with my cans of pop. Like, I know that I'm reliant on that. If I'm stressed, you know, I guess all I can think of it is kind of like, basically like an addiction. Like, when you're stressed and overwhelmed, an alcoholic, I guess, would go to alcohol. When I'm feeling anxious, oh, I'll have a can of pop. Which may sound a bit crazy, but it's not. But in general, my anxiety has been a lot better lately, actually. So that's nice. Maybe partly due to the job change, which is much easier than my previous one. But yeah, can't remember what the point was. Put your phone down, Rachel. You might actually get something done. How about that? Yeah, so I am trying. So this is my it's called Feel the Burn, BERN. And that is a Caitlin Hunter pattern. It is actually a free pattern, and she has done a suggestion for a food bank. I think she's like doing the Feed America thing, because I've got more hair all over, because it's my first wear. Yeah, so I did a food bank donation to the Trussell Trust, is it called? So I did that. So next up, I've just cast this on yesterday. If you can have a little guess what it is. So this is Volcano Trail. So this is a cowl by Max the Knitter. He also did the Snuggle is Real cowl, which I've done the body of, and now I just need to do the mohair bit. But I've got a bit lost in my pattern, and you know when you're like, you might not know this, you know when you kind of just need someone with you to do it. So I normally need Jane, my friend Jane from Barramu. I normally need Jane, and that would normally be kind of left for a knit night, and like, oh, can you just basically find where I am and set me back on the right track. And whilst we still meet weekly for our knit night, it's just not the same, frankly, is it? It's just living nearby, but you know, lockdown, essential. And I just need Jane. I normally just need Jane. But anyway, this is also by Max the Knitter, who he is on Instagram. So this is a gorgeous cowl. So this yarn, it's a 4-ply held double. So I've split this skein. So I think this is called Peachy Keen. Oh, I think I've remembered. And this is Beehive again. Beehive so much. So this is the pattern. So I'm starting at the bottom here. So basically you just knit stocking stitch, and then I can only assume it gets folded over. And this is all garter stitch all the way up with a seam. It reminds me a little bit of the Weekender. So basically you need four skeins that fade into each other. So this one is a gorgeous purpley one. So nice. I didn't print the main picture out because that's a lot of ink. So it's not there. So Max's, like I know him, is grey, darker grey, fading into a neon yellow, which is basically like, it reminds me of this project bag. So it's like dark grey, light grey, and then, because he posted a picture of the skein, so it's like a dark grey, then a light grey, and then the next skein is like half grey, half neon. I think he uses all their BNME. And then the fourth one is like pure yellow neon. And that's gorgeous. Someone else did one, which I'm kind of copying, which is orange, yeah, dark orange into grey, basically. So an orange and then another speckly something orange. So basically you have two in the same, and then you drop one of them and then add another one from the other one to do the next bit. So it's all faded, you can see. So some of them are more obvious than others. So you can see that is just solid colour at the bottom, although you can't really see. But there's some really nice ones on Ravelry. Yeah, but one of the main ones, the photos are really cute. It's basically an orange to grey situation. And that's really, really nice. If you're interested, this isn't the nail varnish I have on, but this is the brand Semelac even, dear me, Semlac. Do you know, it's really hard to use real life grown-up letters because we do phonics so much with the kids. So it's so etmer etler atka, okay? And the colour is neon raspberry that I have on. This is also quite a new one that I got. I don't know how you're supposed to make this focus, and I don't think I can pronounce it. Oh, maybe Amazing Amethyst. Yes. But it's lovely. Yeah, so I've just been doing that. So that's just been some nice round and round knitting. That'll be good for sitting in the office. I say the office. Because of the internet issues we've been having, I've been basically in Theo's bedroom again, which is where I started off when... No, did I start off there? Yeah, I started off there when we first started working from home, because that's where the router is. I got a new router the other day. It's made it not a jot of difference. Maddening. So, a project in this again that's so yarn delicious. I love this fabric. This is a popper bag. As in, there's a popper there and a popper there. I do like my bags with handles. You laugh. So when I'm going somewhere, I can take them with me and knit. I don't go anywhere anymore, but I still feel a little bit bereft when they've not got a handle on them. Because it's kind of too cold now to kind of knit. Should we go to the park? We very rarely go to the park anymore. We don't go anywhere. Schoolwork takes all day, man. All day. Because there's a lot of it. I think they're supposed to do 4 hours a day, but you've got to spread it out over several hours to account for meltdowns and screaming into cushions and stuff. So it takes all day. So we don't really go anywhere, I don't think. So this is a fun surprise project. You'll have seen this all over Instagram if you follow me on Instagram. So this is Most Unlike Me. So this is crochet. So I can crochet minimally. I can kind of basically, I've just joined a new colour in somewhere. Granny stripe. So this is a granny stripe blanket. Would you look at that? How do you like me now? I keep on saying that. Must be off an advert. Yes, so this is a granny stripe blanket. I just joined the gang. I've got so many gorgeous, gorgeous neutrals, like really soft, delicate colours, in full skeins, not being touched. Like, can you remember the hedgehog fibre teacup? It's like a gorgeous cream with like neon pops of pink, but tiny, delicate ones. And I've basically not touched them. And I've got a whole neutral drawer. So I wanted to use them. So I cast this on. Is that the right term? So this first one is Nougat or Nugget, depending on where you're from Stranded Dye Works. And I've had these leftovers for a long time. This, where did the rest of the skein go? Probably it was either socks or something. And then this next one here is called We Are Never Getting Back Together, and that is a Nora George one. I made a pair of socks. They were the blueberry waffle socks, and I put them in the wash with something else and they got stained. I do actually have another skein of this already lined up. It's been there for a while. And these are Nora George as well, these top three. So ages ago, when Nora George was, I say Nora George, Tracy, because she's my friend, was on Etsy. I got these when she just started doing minis. So I've got, little, I'm getting hot with this light, little bits here. So I've been chatting to my friend Bex Norman. She's got an awesome podcast, Bex Creates. It's kind of the only one I watch at the minute, to be perfectly honest. I don't have a lot of time to do anything, but I always watch hers. She is currently at home with a very bad hip. Poor little love. So she's doing loads of knitting, so she's really fun to follow on Instagram. But yeah, she's always kind of done these blankets, and I've never really been particularly inclined, to be honest, because I just thought, why would you want to put all your indie stuff in a blanket? But there reaches a time when you just have too much, frankly. So it is really big. So this is one end. This change looks much harsher on this light, and I have varied my hook size as I've gone on. I've got several kicking about, as well as this new one. So I think I started on, because I chained it all, and the chain and the first row takes ages. I chained it all, and then I showed Carly, and I was like, look, and she's like, that's too tight, you're never going to be able to get into those stitches. So, you know, I hated her silently for a little bit, and then I knew it was too tight. So I can't remember what I chained on to start off with, but it was still quite tight. And then I started hooking with a 3mm. Just wasn't digging it. You can see a huge difference, I think, in tension. But it was really squidgy. And whenever she sent me pictures of her blanket, it looked really springy and poofy. And I'm like, what am I doing? So then I bought a 3.5. And I still wasn't feeling it. And I'm like, oh, this is taking ages. And crochet is known to be fast. So I just went big and went home and just got a 4mm one. Really like this one though. Just got it on Etsy. I don't know where the bag is. It's normally kicking about. I'm so messy. Anyway, this is how long it is. Time's are ticking on, sorry. Woo, it's been a while, hasn't it? And I've not even showed you all of my things I bought. But it's getting nearer bedtime, so I need to hustle him off. Look, yeah, so it's pretty long. But I did, this is all come entangled, I did have to master, I haven't mastered it, I have to YouTube it every time, the magic knot ball, which people have talked about for ages, and I'm like, I've got no idea what that is. So it was clever. I used the Bella Coco, is it? Who's a big crochet name on YouTube. So every time I want to do another colour, I have to go on YouTube and watch it, because I haven't mastered it yet. I'm going to cough. Chuckle in my throat. Yeah, so I've had these ages, these minis, and I'll get onto minis in a minute. Oh, speaking of which, it's nearly 7 o'clock. Right, yeah, so I've got the one I'm doing, and then I've got 2 left out of this set, and I thought, oh, I may as well do them all together. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that actually. I can't read while I'm doing it because I have to look, but it's super cute, and I do like to read while I knit. Oh. Still aches a bit with work and stuff. Still not got quite the whole desk thing set up right. I have got a new desk which you can't see really, but it's like it's a cupboard in a desk. It's bigger than the other one. I got a new monitor which is like 23 inches. It's massive, from work, because my laptop's so thin and streamlined that it's so diddy. And basically how I've been training, I've been watching someone work. So they're on Teams and then they're sharing their screen. So they've got their screen and then their Teams and then they're sharing their screen. So it's then like this big. So in every video I'm like this all of the time, which is why I went for an eye test. It's so small, so I've got a bigger screen, which does help, but still. So while we're on the mini skein thing, I will show you. So I got these. This is acquisitions now. There are lots of them. Enjoy. So this is Nora George, and these are some gorgeous minis from her Wild Meadow. I've lost my teeth today. Wildflower Meadow Blanket Club. That's seriously is what it says. And these are the January ones. Look at these pretties. So again, this is really unlike me, isn't it? Right? So they're all 20 grams. So it's 85 meters. So what? There's 5. Yeah. So these are going in my blanket. So yeah, they're so nice. Tracy's colours have, I think they've completely evolved since she first started, because when she first started it was all Harry Potter. Well, it wasn't all Harry Potter, but that's kind of what she got known for, like, and there was loads of Harry Potter yarn, but not just literally like this colour for Gryffindor, and there was so many, and it was nuts, like out in seconds. She moved to her own website and she has changed the style a little bit. The Harry Potter ones are still available, and I know she does a Harry Potter blanket club. I'm talking really fast. It's the northern in me, sorry. Breathe. I know she does a Harry Potter blanket club because Jen at Castleview has been getting them, and her blanket is gorgeous. But this is a wildflower one, and it's much more delicate than my usual palette. But I just wanted to go down that road, and I happened to be the 10,000th order on her website, so I actually won a voucher. So I won it was £25 voucher to spend on her website, which is amazing. So I'm probably going to get one of the other months of this. I think there's one up at the minute, I can't remember what it is. I think it's like in ahead, so I think it's maybe March. But these are scrummy. Yes, so while we're talking about minis, kind of what got me into it, and I'd heard people talking about the Rainbow Chronicles, which is a Lair family yarn thing. So it was, I still don't know the full details of this. Again, Bex on her podcast explained about it ages ago, but I'll be honest, I was like, I don't really crochet, I don't know what to do with minis. Those colours aren't neon, didn't really take it in. And then as I started seeing people's work, and what they were doing, I was like, they're really nice. They're really nice. So off I went down on a rabbit hole, down a rabbit hole. So first, what did I get first? So first, basically now I've got them all. I think I got these ones first. They're in crinkly paper. So I think this is March. No, I'm lying. I got these first. This is February. So basically there's 10 grams in there. They are really nice, really speckly. And then I also wanted the January one, but for some reason, because I'm ridiculous, I ended up getting this one, which is, apparently I just can't see. I wanted the January version of the 10 gram one, but I bought this one, and she didn't actually have the 10 gram one in that day, because I think January's came out in November. So it's done kind of quite far in advance. You know how magazine subscriptions do? You get a magazine subscription and it arrives and you're like, oh, it's for July. It's a bit like that. So I bought this as well, which is the January colourway. So these are the 20-gram ones, and they're totally gorgeous. Yeah, they go with those because they're quite similar. Although this is January and I think this is February. But then I was like, oh, I did really want, they're gorgeous, but I did really want the minis of them. So I just put a post on Instagram saying, does anyone happen to have any? She does do them in updates, and there is an update tonight, which is going to be pointless for you because it'll be sold out. So that's why I need to hurry up. And I said, does anyone happen to have any that they've got and they've decided, actually, no, I've got too many, I'd like to destash it. And she came back. This was to everyone, and it's called Kelly, isn't she? Kelly came back and said, oh, they'll appear eventually, kind of thing. But I'm impatient and I wanted them now. So I asked on one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, one of the destashy groups, does anyone happen to have any? And somebody did. Woo! So this is January. And then she's like, I've also got March, which has only recently come out. Do you want that too? So I did pay full price for them, but I wanted them. And if they'd have come in the shop, then I'd have got them anywhere. So this is January, February, and March. I've done that way around, quite easier. Yeah, so again, totally, not exactly super subtle. There's certainly colour in them. It's not like they're just all white or anything. Sprinkle. Yes. So tonight, the April ones go on sale, and they are very yellowy. So I need to basically decide whether I'm committing and I'm all in here, don't I? But I've definitely got a fair amount to be getting on with, to say the least. So that's my blanket talk. I can't remember what I chained for my blanket. I basically just kept on chaining and putting it over my knee. It's just for me. It doesn't need to be for everyone. It was a fair amount, I have to say. So some other lovely acquisitions I was going to show you. I've had these a while now, but you know, this is the gorgeous Castleview yarns, and this is Dolores, which you may know is a Harry Potter colourway. This is one of the mini teachers that comes in. So I've got the mohair and this. So can you guess what this is going to be? This is going to be my next love note. I think I was explaining in my last podcast that I've kind of fallen head over heels for the Popsy dresses. So I had a rainbow one on last time. I've since acquired some more. I've got an awesome dinosaur one now that's navy blue, but it's got big dinosaurs on in like bright purple, bright pink, bright blue, bright yellow. So I need basically, because I like colourwork so much, not a lot of my jumpers are plain. So I was going to try and do a pink one, with probably a bit less ease than this, just for speed, because my last, I've definitely done it out of two. Jen, do you know what, I do have two mohair. She sent me a 20-gram as well, because I was like, oh, you don't have like a 50-gram, because I only really need 1.5. But she said she had a 20-gram kicking about, so she just sent me it because she's my friend. So yeah, so this is my next love note. I don't know whether I'll do the lace or not, actually. We'll see. So that is that one. Squeaky chair again. This I got for my birthday from Carly. These were the Christmas minis, the Christmas bundle. She got them for my birthday. Got them a bit early, but I don't know if I showed them to you or not. Anyway, these are DK. Totally scrummy. Yum, yum. This one I got before Christmas. Woo! This is called New Nail Polish. This is a Rainbow Heirlooms. Look at that, it's gorgeous. It's really purpley, like magenta-y purpley. It's lush. I love that. I'd like a love note in that too, please. How many love notes have I got? Lots. So it was Yorkshire Yarn Fest last weekend, and I picked up these again. Jen Castleview. So this is a brand new colourway, which is called Lost City. So it's a really gorgeous blue with, whilst the speckles, they're not like, basically I'm after more solidy jumpers, like wearable jumpers to go with my dresses. And because my dresses are so busy, I didn't want it crazy speckly. So I got 2 of these, and I'm actually thinking of making a pop crop cardie with these. They're gorgeous, they're so nice. I love her DK. So I got those from her in Yorkshire Yarn Fest. And do you know what, if I open this yet? Look at this. I got this from Bryony. And Bryony has finally announced that she's expecting her baby with her partner in, I think she's due in June. She's having a little boy. Oh, did you tell people that? Okay, it's fine. Anyway, so I need to stock up before she goes on maternity leave because her sister who helps her is also pregnant. So I believe they'll be having a little bit of a break. So this one is blue steel. So this is on, she just high twist. So this is a 4-ply one. How scrubby is that? I'm nearly done, guys. Nearly done. Yeah, that's totally gorgeous. Do you know what I was thinking for this one? I was thinking like a hoodie shawl cardie, but there's a jumper version called shawl shirt. And my friend Alex has just finished one actually. And she said it's really fun. So I was thinking of that actually for the body. I got this gorgeous one. This is a new one. This is Love Witch. So it has got some speckles in. It's got some bright orange in and some blue in. I think this was one of the minis. She did lots of mini sets as well, which I know lots of people got. Bex got some, Carly got some. Yeah, lots of people got them, but I resisted. Willpower. Yep, that one. And then I got 3 of these, which is Peony. So it's really soft pink with speckles in, and I've got a pattern in mind which I'll show you in a second. So I've got 3 of these. So yeah, splashed out a wee bit. Do you know what? It's lockdown, and the only joy you can get is buying yarn, basically from your friends, supporting independent businesses. It's not too shabby. I don't talk very much anymore. That's a lie. I've got them in a little basket. I say basket, it's an IKEA thing. Look how fun they are. Yes, so that is some things. I do have something pretty epic to show you. Oh, first I'll show you another bag. I got this gorgeous bag for Christmas off Jane. This is Otter and Spell. That's it. Otter and Spell. This is basically the Yorkshire Dales, and she got me this for Christmas. It's so cute and lovely. Oh, there's a tag in. Yes, Martha? I can't text Carly at the minute, no, darling. I'm kind of in the middle of something. And it's nearly bedtime. She wants me to text Carly so she can get her little boy to go on FaceTime and play Minecraft with Martha. And it's 7:15. Sad to know. So yeah, that was super gorgeous and generous of Jane. So I caught something in a D-stash. I sold some yarn. I did a D-stash in order to get, actually I got this D-stash and then I did a D-stash to pay for this. So are you excited? Ready? Look. So I got, this is a school nativity, and this is an advent from Mr. B, Bird Street UK. So it's Bird Street Yarns UK now. So I managed to snag, how cute this is, a D-stash of an advent calendar. And so this lady that was selling them had a few advent calendars. So when I first told Claire that I'd got one, she said, oh, didn't you like it? And I was like really worried that I'd upset her. I was like, I can only assume it's a money thing because she had a few advents. So how many did this lady buy if she had like 3 for sale, as well as lots of other stuff? Sorry, I don't edit. I need to drink, sorry. Yeah, so I managed to snag it. It is ridiculously cute. I did do stories on this, but I didn't manage to save them in time. So I'll just grab some out and show you. So basically the theme was a school nativity. So they had a wooden nativity. If you don't know, Mr. B is a school teacher. He was a headmaster, and now he stepped back from that role to be able to, I think he's a part-time teacher now and does the yarny stuff too. I'm heading up to an hour, sorry. So a school nativity, which is why it's got these gorgeous schooly things. If you're not from the UK and this doesn't look familiar, everyone used to do this kind of on a tea towel. Your whole class would draw a picture, and you would do a tea towel like that. I wish they still did that. So I'll just kind of grab some. They all came out, same as the spectrum, I guess, all kind of, I don't want to say muddled up, but they do eventually fade. So once they're all out, you can rearrange it to fade. So I'll show you. So this is half sock and half sparkle. So there's lots of gorgeous blues and coppery browns. So there is 24, there is a lot. She did give me a little bit of money off. I was like, is that your best price? But I really love it. I didn't even see these come up for sale. You know how you like blink and you miss it? I love this one. I would really like a full one in this one. Yeah, so I've got gorgeous. I don't know entirely what my plan is yet. Because there's so many. Mini mad. I've still not gone through my patterns yet, and I've got loads of patterns to share with you too. Gorgeous. Is that it? One more. Yeah, so that was an absolute score, to say the least. So I'm thrilled with that. Absolutely chuffed to bits. I knit a stripes jumper by Andrew Mowry out of my Spectrum. I had it on yesterday and I put it away and I forgot it. I put a picture on Instagram of it yesterday anyway. It blocked out quite big. So I am debating doing another one because I really like it. Kristen of Vullenvine, she's not Yarngasm anymore, is she? From Vullenvine, did a gorgeous one in like dark moody colours, which is Kristen all over. So I'm debating copying something like that. I can hear them prowling around, so I need to hurry up. Right, so I'm just going to whiz through some patterns because I've got loads of patterns lately. So this gorgeous pattern is Abbott. So this is what I have in mind for the Spectrum. So this is by Knox Mountain Knit Co. So yeah, so it's top down. It says worsted, but they've done this in Malabrigo Rios, but DK will be fine. That crinkly paper's making me jump. So these are just the patterns I've bought since I've last seen you, I think. So this is Charles V-neck sweater. So this is a drop sleeve to, I believe it's 2 yarns held together, or yeah, like love knot, like a mohair. So this is Jorge Locatelli. Always going to be a good pattern from her. So this is a new to me designer. So this is called the Pinnacle Pullover. I don't think that's held together. I wrote her name down too. Tiff Nealon. 8mm needles and 5mm needles. So Love Note is on a 6mm, I believe. So this is 8mm needles. Yowzers. Circular, German short rows. Yep. 2 strands together throughout of heavy fingering weight, or a single strand of worsted. So I think you can probably knit it in DK if you want, but I just thought that looked really nice and wearable. This one I bought a while ago actually, but I guess was in my pile to print. This is Dreamer. This is Jennifer Steingas. Gorgeous. Pavement. I've had this one ages. And not knit it, because this is when I was looking for Advent patterns. This is Vera Valimaki. I've shown you that one before, the Jigsaw Puzzle, Stephen West. I keep on meaning to make another radiator because I do wear them a lot. This is again Jorge Locatelli. Painting Bricks hat, Stephen West. This one I've had on my pile for ages too. This might be a good mini idea. So this is the Stay at Home Shawl by Sosu Knits. She does the hoodie shawl cardigan too. They are just single pages. I did buy the Northeasterlies as well, both the knit one and the other one, and I bought one the other day which was called Harlequin Shawl. Someone recommended a pattern to me and I searched it, but I spelt it wrong, and basically I came up with a Harlequin Shawl. It's really nice. It's a bit like, I want to say like the Bendy Arrow, which I have one of. It's like kind of a long and thin, which is what I was looking for, but it's really clever. I thought I'd print it out, but I don't know where it's gone now. I don't know where it is, but that one as well. That one's really nice. Just gone over an hour now. Yeah, so that's loads of stuff. I don't really have much else to show you, because that was a really long episode. But apparently you don't mind. If you do mind, then you don't watch, right? Yeah, so that's kind of the extent of it. I have no real life updates other than my internet's really not been working. Working from home is hard. Children are hard. I buy things to make me feel better. I love it when the postman comes. I've just been reading. I really like, I read a really good one called The Princess Trap, which is, I forgot her first name, but her last name's Hibbert. Is it Talia Hibbert? Basically, she has a few, which is called, another one is called Chloe, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And then there's another one, Act Your Age, Evie Brown. So it's the Brown sisters. But basically, she's an author, a black author, who is very inclusive in what she always states kind of the race of the characters, because basically a lot of the other books I read, you just assume they're white, because in nowhere do they ever mention that they're not. Chloe Brown, it's either Chloe Brown Gets a Life or Get a Life Chloe Brown. She has fibromyalgia, is that how you say it? Basically she suffers from that, and it's just, so basically she has a diverse cast with disabilities. So the lead girl in that is plus size as well, like a lot of them are plus size, and the way she writes about plus size women, it's just so gorgeous. It's just so nice. There was one in The Princess Trap, and it was like describing a stretch marks as like little silver lines of heaven or something like that, and it was just really nice. Yeah, in like the main lead guy in one of them is a big guy with like long red hair, and normally the men don't have red hair, do they? They're always like tall, dark and handsome kind of thing. He's tall, red and handsome. Yeah, so just like a real good kind of diverse set of characters. So I'm reading some of her backstories, and what I'm reading now is called Wanna Bet, and I won't lie, they are a wee bit saucy, but I like that in a book. I've just really enjoyed them, and other books like that really. I've just got Rob onto not reading those, but just reading again, and because like all day he's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I just want to go back and read my book, because it's escapism, isn't it? And speaking of which, the next Court of Thorn and Roses book is out on the 16th of February, which is Nessa is my friend. It is Nessa. Am I going mad? It's her story, and we've been waiting for this for a long time, and that is out on the 16th of February, and I'm very excited. But my husband was really jealous, because I was like, I want to go back and read my book, I want to go back and read my book. He's like, I want a book, I want to feel that, and feel excited about reading it, and like I can't stop thinking about this and this and this. So basically I got a new Kindle for Christmas. I got a Paperwhite, a newer Paperwhite, because I got one when Martha was born. So he's adopted my old one, and he found a book he likes. I don't know what he likes. It was basically a time travelling 80s one. Basically his favourite films, so say The Land Before Time, Back to the Future. So it was something like that anyway. But he really liked it, and it was just so weird him reading and enjoying it and stuff. So yeah, he's hopped on my Kindle Unlimited. So it is funny, like on the Kindle he's using like all my book suggestions. Men who lose their shirts. Yeah, so it is really nice, but I definitely recommend reading. I know that sounds like really obvious, but it's definitely a nice bit of escapism. There's been some books come out lately that have been like, because it's generally romance that I read, like lockdown romance, and to be honest I'm not interested at the minute, given that I'm living in it. And there's the same with podcasts. There's lots of lockdown podcasts, like the troubles with kids during lockdown. I'm living that. I don't really want a podcast about it. Yeah, so audiobooks and Kindle books. I've got a stand for my Kindle so I can sit and read, which is why I want some easy projects as well, so I can read and knit. Then I don't realise what I'm knitting, like particularly sleeves. But yeah, I think that's about it for me. My voice is going a little bit now, and there's a yarn update in 10 minutes. So I might just go and have a little look. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is managing in these, I don't want to say difficult times. Whenever I go to the shops, thank you for helping during these difficult times. I hope everyone's staying sane. It's really hard. It's really hard. And I'm definitely not in the worst situation. And it's still really, really hard. I can't tell if they're crying or if they're shouting, but he needs his milk before bed. He goes to bed actually on time, kind of 7ish, half 7ish. Yeah, so I'll go and try and hustle him to bed. But I will catch you later. I'm not quite sure when I'll be back. I'll try and be back in the next month, shall we say, but my life is not my own. So hopefully the school's back on the 8th of March. Please, please, please. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. So again, I am Reward on Ravelry, and I am this_Knitty_Life, like walking there, on Instagram. So if you would like to comment below, I really like comments. Tell me what you're knitting on, tell me what you're excited about making, anything like that. Like and subscribe and all that. We're getting up to 400, I believe someone said the other day. Getting up to 400. That's exciting. Maybe we'll have a giveaway. Right, but I'm going to go and try and get my herd to bed, and maybe if I just keep on talking to myself, my husband won't realise I've stopped, and then I can catch this yarn update at 7. The people who have yarn updates at 7, I don't think they have little kids, because that's generally like a really hectic bedtimey type time. Like 8 o'clock would be much better, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I will be back as soon as I can. Stay safe, wear a mask, and wear it over your nose, please. Thank you. Bye.